Japan and the President of the United States.
We would like to commence the joint press conference with Prime Minister Abe and President Donald Trump. In the beginning, Prime Minister Abe will speak, which will be followed by the remarks by President Trump. Prime Minister, floor is yours. On the 1st of May, His Imperial Majesty the Emperor acceded to the throne, and we now have the new era called Reiwa. At the dawn of the new era, it is of utmost pleasure that I am able to welcome President Trump and Madame Melania as our first state guests in the era of Heisei. They are my dearest friends for myself and for my wife. With President Trump, we had the summit talk last month at White House, and we celebrated Melania's birthday together, didn't we? Next month, he will be visiting Japan again in order to come to the G20 Osaka summit. Because of the peace and security legislation, U.S. and Japan have become an alliance where we can help one another. The bond has become rock solid. Because of the very close personal relationship with Donald, the bond of U.S.-Japan alliance has become unshakable, the closest in the whole world. In the new era of Reiwa, U.S. and Japan must lead for the peace and prosperity of the region and international community as the genuinely global partners. This visit of President and Madame Trump to Japan is a golden opportunity to clearly show the unshakable bond to the whole world and inside Japan as well. I'd like to express my gratitude to the friendship of President Trump and Madame First Lady. At the summit talk today, bearing in mind of the latest North Korean situation, we spent a good amount of time in better aligning our policies. The positions of Japan and the United States in this regard are completely on the same page. President Trump and Madame Melania continue to meet the family members of the abduction victims, just like 2 years ago when they visited Japan. They encouraged and gave comfort to the members of the victims. Toward the resolution of the most important abduction issue, at the earliest possible timing is what I am hoping for, and I'm determined that I have to face Chairman Kim Jong-un myself directly. Without any conditions, I will meet with the chairman, and I would like to have a discussion frankly, in complete candor. President Trump has expressed strong support to my determination as such by saying that he would support me totally and would not spare any efforts in assisting me. Continuously, we will have the close collaboration between the two countries. We shall missing no opportunities and look toward the early resolution of the abduction issue. We will act resolutely. In today's summit meeting, we welcomed the steady progress of U.S.-Japan cooperation looking toward the creation of free and open Indo-Pacific, including the areas such as energy, digital, and infrastructure. Going forward, we will walk hand in hand and promote the cooperation for the realization of this common vision of our two nations. We will be promoting the idea forcefully. With the countries concerned like Australia, India, ASEAN, UK, and France, we will fortify the cooperation towards the realization of a free and open Indo-Pacific. We will enhance and expand our efforts. We agreed on that. Since President Trump came to the office, Japanese companies decided on new investment to the tune of $24 billion to the United States, thereby creating 45,000 new jobs. Daring tax reform that President conducted, thanks to that, automotive and energy-related Japanese companies are making investment in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Alabama, and Kentucky, and others. They have decided to make new investments. Those contributing most in the U.S. economy are the Japanese companies. It's been only 1 month since the last summit talks. In a short span of 1 month, Japanese companies increased their investment to the United States by $1 billion. With this vigorous investment appetite, Japanese companies are deciding to make investment to the United States one after another. U.S.-Japan economic relationship is developing in a major way in a modality of bringing in win-win situations. Following the joint statement of September last year, Minister Motegi and Ambassador Lighthizer, USTR, are proceeding with the discussion, and I welcome this discussion. In today's talks between myself and the President Trump, we should achieve early outcome based upon the trustful relationship between our two nations. We shall accelerate the pace of discussion. We agreed on that. Next month at G20 Osaka Summit, President Trump, I am going to welcome him again in Osaka. Looking forward to it. For the success of G20 summit, U.S.-Japan cooperation is indispensable. I will continue to collaborate closely with President Trump. Yesterday, I was able to talk with President Trump on a variety of issues in a relaxed atmosphere like the game of golf, watching sumo wrestling, as well as the dinner where our spouses joined. The friendship and trustful relationship was even more enhanced. The exuberance of joy shown by the crowd that I witnessed in the stadium, as well as the frenzied excitement of the general public when presidential cup was handed to Asanoyama, the champion, indeed, a new page was added to the prestigious history of sumo. Donald, I thank you very much. Tomorrow, together with President Trump, I will go to Yokosuka and visit our escort ship anchored in Yokosuka and show the strong bond of U.S.-Japan alliance to the people in Japan and the world. Lastly, once again, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Donald and Madame Melania for honoring us with your visit to Japan as the first state guest of the new era of Reiwa. Thank you. Then, President Trump of the United States, floor is yours.
Prime Minister Abe, the First Lady and I are profoundly honored to return to this very beautiful nation as Japan's first state guest following the enthronement of His Majesty, the Emperor. On behalf of the United States, we want to thank the imperial family for this gracious invitation and warm welcome. It was really wonderful. Melania and I are thrilled to be back in the land of the rising sun. It is a true privilege to take part in the splendor of this historic moment and to witness an ancient Japanese tradition as you begin the new imperial era. We look forward to seeing the new emperor continue his father's extraordinary legacy. Yesterday, Melania and I were delighted to join you, Prime Minister, in attending a sumo tournament. I've always wanted to see a sumo tournament, so true. And they are bigger and stronger than I even thought. At your very impressive and new national arena, where I presented the first ever U.S. President's Cup to the sumo grand champion. That was something. This morning we participated in a magnificent welcome ceremony with their majesties, the Emperor and Empress, at the Grand Imperial Palace. Japan's time-honored customs and exquisite culture fill us with a deep sense of admiration. I want to thank all of the people of Japan for welcoming us to this week and sharing your beloved heritage. It is truly an incredible heritage. This visit has also been a chance for Prime Minister Abe and me to strengthen our close friendship and the friendship between our two nations. The alliance between the United States and Japan is a cornerstone of stability and prosperity in the region and all around the world. The Prime Minister and I continue our close consultation in pursuit of peace and security on the Korean Peninsula. The essence of our approach is peace through strength. And this is a strong alliance indeed. The U.S.-Japan alliance is steadfast and ironclad. We want peace and we want stability. We continue to hope that Chairman Kim seizes the opportunity to transform his country through denuclearization. It is a country with tremendous economic and other potential. The United States also remains committed to the issue of abductions, which I know is a top priority for Prime Minister Abe. Earlier today, I met for the second time with a group of Japanese families who have suffered the unthinkable heartbreak of having their loved ones abducted by North Korea. The United States will continue to support Japan's efforts to bring these abductees home. Our nations are also cooperating on a number of other vital security issues. The United States supports Japan's efforts to improve its defense capabilities, and in recent months we have greatly expedited the sale of large amounts of defense equipment to Japan made in the United States. We make the best equipment in the world. In 2018, Japan was one of the world's top purchasers of American defense equipment, and it has just announced its intent to purchase 105 brand new F-35 stealth aircraft. Stealth because the fact is you can't see them. This purchase would give Japan the largest F-35 fleet of any U.S. ally. America and Japan's close security ties are grounded in shared values. Our armed forces train and serve together all around the world. Tomorrow I will visit American troops stationed alongside the Japanese self-defense forces right here in Japan. On behalf of all Americans, I want to thank the Japanese people for graciously hosting our service members and military families. The United States and Japan are also working to improve our economic relationship based on the principles of fairness and reciprocity. We are currently negotiating a bilateral trade agreement that would benefit both of our economies. Our goal is to reduce our trade deficit with Japan, remove trade barriers and barriers of all kinds, so that U.S. exports will really have a fair and very profound footing. Just over 1 week ago, U.S. beef gained full access to Japanese markets for the first time since 2003. We hope to have even more to announce on the trade very, very soon. And finally, today I am pleased to confirm that Prime Minister Abe and I have agreed to dramatically expand our nation's cooperation in human space exploration. Japan will join our mission to send U.S. astronauts to space. We'll be going to the moon. We'll be going to Mars very soon. It's very exciting. And from a military standpoint, there is nothing more important right now than space. This is an exciting starting point for greater collaboration on many other things. Mr. Prime Minister, our visit this week is a moving reminder of the strength of the U.S.-Japan alliance and the deep friendship between our people. It is a profound honor to be in Japan at this important moment in your nation's history. For this new imperial era, your nation has chosen the name Reiwa, meaning beautiful harmony. America shares this wonderful aspiration for the future, and I look forward to continuing our tremendous partnership as we work together to bring this noble vision to life. Thank you very much. Thank you.
どうもありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. Now, the floor is open for accepting questions. Japanese media first, followed by the press entourage accompanying the president. Japanese person, please raise your hand and recognized by me. Regarding the American press, Ms. Sanders from U.S. will decide the questions. First, the questions from the Japanese media, please. Kuribayashi from Yomiuri newspaper. I have a question to Prime Minister Abe on abduction. Japan-Korea summit meeting. Do you think that the problem would be resolved in one-time meeting with the Chairman Kim, or do you have to go through plural number of meetings in order to seek solution? By what time frame would you like to realize the summit talk? Is it going to happen by the end of this year? In that sense, in that case, could there be tripartite discussion involving U.S. as well? Regarding the relationship with North Korea, first of all, I have to note the fact that President Trump cracked open the shell of distrust with Chairman Kim Jong-un, shared the bright future beyond the denuclearization and urging North Korea to act. It's a new approach. I'd like to pay tribute to his new approach. Most important thing is the solution of abduction issue. And it means that I'm resolved that I have to directly see Chairman Kim face to face. Without attaching any conditions, I meet him, and then frankly, and I must have discussion in complete candor. At the summit talk today, to my resolution as such, President Trump expressed that he will give all-out support. He will spare no efforts in rendering assistance to my efforts. It was a very strong support. President Trump and family members of abducted victims had a meeting, and President Trump would look into the eyes of the family members directly, and he was listening to the remarks very seriously. We have to resolve this abduction issue. This is the thought that I have, which was shared by President Trump. Once again, looking toward the resolution of abduction issue, I'd like to pay tribute and gratitude to the lavish understanding and support. Now, including the points that you asked on the topic of a summit talk between Japan and North Korea, as of now, there is no specific goal in sight. But based upon the Japan-North Korea Pyongyang declaration, we want to solve comprehensive issues, pending issues like abduction, nuclear missiles. We must come to terms with the unfortunate past, and we must normalize the diplomatic relations. This line is unchanged. Abduction issue is the most important issue for Abe administration. Family members of abductees have advanced in their age. As the president of LDP, I have a certain term your question sort of implied. And also, a one-time meeting could resolve the issue, you asked. Irrespective of my term in office, I have to do everything I can, all out efforts of myself for the resolution of this issue. As the Prime Minister, I have responsibility as such. Going forward, I will discharge this responsibility And in order to do that, as the Prime Minister, day in and day out, I will do my best and all our efforts I will endeavor.